There is nothing worse than having to uninstall mods because you can't use them on servers. So strap yourself in, as we are going over 30 client-side mods that can be used on any server, which includes mods used for better looking visuals, quality of life upgrades, and performance upgrades for higher FPS. The Explosive Enhancement mod gives explosions some spice. Now you can feel like Oppenheimer as blowing things up will show a cool explosion visual, making the destruction more satisfying and sometimes hiding the death of mobs in the blast radius. As you can see, this innocent villager is sleeping. And it looks like pure chaos when setting off buttloads of TNT. The visuals in this mod look amazing and you are guaranteed for a fun time blowing up things with this installed. Let's give Steve a proper mouth with eating animations. This mod will now make food show different stages of decay as it gets eaten, making a bit more realism in your Minecraft world and making for better quality of life visuals. The first person model mod removes your head and replaces it with a camera, so now you can freely move your noggin around and look at your toes, making for a great way to immerse yourself into your world and make your gameplay a lot more interesting. I found you can also see more depending on how you face while holding your shield up to defend yourself. When using bows, you get a proper feel for using them when drawing back your arrows to shoot at innocent bystanders. And when throwing your comically large fork around, you can keep it in or out of your view. Alright, before I leave this village, just let me equip my armour. Oh wait, I can move while my inventory is open, you silly goose. The InvMove mod allows you to keep on moving while your inventory is open, allowing you to whip out some items while on the go or rearrange your inventory without stopping. Also perfect for when you are getting chased by mobs and you have to try pull out your sword to keep yourself safe. This mod also works perfect with the blur mod. But what is the blur mod, you ask? Blur is a mod that will blur the background when you open your GUI. And don't worry, you don't need glasses for it, allowing you to focus more on the screen in front of you and also making for a cleaner look. It also not only blurs but also dims the background a bit, which is such a clean look, and I would love to see this feature in vanilla Minecraft. Not Enough Animations adds in new player animations for you to see in third person. You now swing your arm back and forth when using a spyglass to poke your eye out with. Also, when eating food, you have the same arm animation, swinging it up and down. As you can see, when I edge the crossbow, you will slide your fist up it to load the arrow, which makes me feel like a true archer. You now get hand movements when swapping items to your offhand, which is a nice little touch. When using a compass, it will be held up in front of you when in third person, as if you are always looking at it. Climbing up and down ladders, you will now move like a spider as your arms and legs move like real life now. I'd be a bit terrified if I seen someone climbing a ladder like this straight towards me. You also get a nice little crawling animation, moving all your limbs in different directions. And when using horses or boats, you will get arm movements to match the sport you are doing. Now, everyone has heard about Physcis mod, but I bet you didn't know it was a client-side mod. Since I last covered this mod, all features in the pro version are now free for everyone so we can all blow up our computers. We can take our boat surfing with waves in the water, which I love doing. You can also change the size of the waves, from small waves to waves that are absolutely bussin'. Perfect for anyone who likes getting seasick or likes to live on the wild side. You can also make the water as calm as water breathing 11th form, dead calm, for a smooth and peaceful experience. And I love the extra touches of the ripples in the water. When breaking or blowing up blocks, they break into chunks and fly around everywhere. And you can also turn off smoke and delete global warming to see the chunks fly around better. Mobs get ragdoll physics when they don't renew their life subscription, which means you can kick around their bodies. So kick the kids into a pool for a floating decoration. But if you don't like ragdolls, you can change it so the bodies explode, which I think is a bit more terrifying. Cloths now move like things in real life, like poles, people, weapons, etc. And turning up the wind speeds will make them flail in the wind, which also means your tall sugarcane plants will need Viagra to stop flopping around like this. It bends around things quite well, like something out of an episode of The Boys. Opening and closing doors is the most satisfying thing ever. Ho yeah. Fires now produce smoke so you can hotbox your enemy or use them as a way to find your base. But if standard smoke isn't enough, you can make your smoke slay by changing the colours to any colours your heart desires. Throwing items on the ground, they now react like they would in real life and land on the ground instead of float. And they just look so pleasing resting on the ground. Great little decoration blocks. Snow also gets a buff, and walking through it you will leave trails behind you so you won't get lost anymore. And throwing items like snowballs, eggs and ender eyes is more satisfying now, as they are 3D and also have particle effects when they hit the ground and break. Ender eyes rolling around look a little unsettling. And there is a source block for water physics, which makes water react to you properly so you can walk through it with ease and come out bone dry. Which begs the question, is water wet? Shulker Tooltip lets you view the inside of your shulker box before you place it down, making it super easy to find the item you need without needing to place it on the ground and search for it. The mace is Minecraft's newest weapon, but it's flatter than a pancake. So let's make it nice and thick with a mod called Mace, but it's 3D. This mod is simple and makes the mace 3D when holding it. And since the mace is huge, it takes up some screen real estate, but it looks good when doing it. When you aren't holding it or place it in item frames, it goes back to its 2D sprite, so you get the best of both worlds. Skin Layers 3D will turn your skin from a 2D layer to 3D layers, and it really enhances your skin and shows off all the little details you would not normally see. I personally love this mod and would love to see it added as an option in vanilla Minecraft. Status bar effects will now add countdown timers and bars to any effect you currently have. You will see a bar slowly depleting on the effect at the top of your screen, or if you open your inventory, you will see the bar depleting and a countdown timer to keep track of them. And this is a great little mod and is perfect for anyone who runs a lot of potions. And it's still easy to read each one when you have stacked multiple effects. The Visuality mod gives certain mobs a visual effect, starting with the slime. When they land, a foam wall will appear around them, which is a nice little touch to enhance the slimes, and makes them feel a little bit more disgusting and sticky. Skeletons will now show bones flying off them when they are hit, like they are degrading apart with each hit. After a second, the bones they drop will disappear though, so no, you can't use these on your doggo. Going into underground geodes, you will see Amethyst clusters sparkling at you bright like a diamond, showing off they look just as pretty as you do. And when you attack villages, they have emeralds fly off them. Unfortunately, you can't trade these emeralds, but it looks cool and gives the illusion you are beating up the rich. Voxel Map is a map mod perfect for servers or a single player world. You will now have a mini-map in the corner of your screen, making it easier to see biomes and the types of terrain generation around you. Mobs will appear on the map as black blocks, but the closer you get to them, the more light they become, indicating you're about to get attacked. You can set waypoints for landmarks or spots you find with names, colours and different icons, so you can never get lost again. These landmarks will also tell you how far away you are from them, so you can decide if it's easier to run back or fly back. But if moving like a peasant human is not your thing, if you open up the full screen of the map, you can click the waypoint and teleport right there instantly. So you can show off your instant transmission skills that Goku has recently taught you. This also works in both the Nether and the End Dimension, so you can easily see where you have explored and teleport to known landmarks easily no matter what dimension you are in. The map is customizable, so you can make it small or as big as you like depending on your preference. And if you are a map hater, you can just have it display the chords at the top of your screen, or you can disable it all for a clean screen. The What Are They Up To mod will add in little prompts in front of your character to let people know if you are typing, looking through your chest, in your inventory, or trading with a village. I love the look of this mod, as I think it should be installed on all servers, as it looks visually good as well. The little animations in your hand and the pulsating of the GUI looks great. I hope in a future update they can include the visual GUI to show items and prompts as well. To get the full effect of this mod, you will need it installed on both server and client side. The AppleSkin mod is good for everyone in Minecraft. When your heart and hunger bar is low, now any food item you have in your hand will have an indication on how many chicken drumsticks it will fill up and how many hearts it will fill up. Perfect for when you are exploring and running low on food to see what foods will help you out the most. When sprinting, you will see a faint black bar behind your hunger bar, and when it fills up, you will lose a piece of your hunger. A nice detailed mod to help a lot with survival. The Better Advancements mod gives the advancement screen a buff so it's no longer for ants, and is now regular sized for us humans, making it easier to go through and see all your advancements, and it also tells you what you have to do to achieve each advancement. A great little mod for you advancement hunters out there. Better F3 changes and makes the F3 screen a lot cleaner and more pleasing to look at. When opening the menu, it has a nice slide in and slide out animation, and you can now easily find certain things you were looking for, and most sections are color coded. Cat's Jam is a perfect mod for you cat lovers out there. When a cat goes near a jukebox playing music, they will bop their little heads along with the beat of the song. This mod is such a vibe, it makes me want to bop my head along with them. Cave Dust adds in dust standing in caves now, and this really enhances the vibes of caves a lot more. So now when you are wandering around, you might start sneezing as your sinuses get blocked up. This mod is a perfect fit for vanilla Minecraft, and you can adjust the amount of dust that is falling to suit your worlds perfectly, or you can just make it subtle for a slight effect. Chunks Fade In will change the way chunks appear in your world. Now you have two options. They can fade in, which makes it appear as we are living in a simulation, and it looks great, but also gives off freaky vibes. Or you can have the chunks animated and pop up. I love this style of chunks popping in like that, as it looks visually pleasing. And overall, having the chunks just fade in looks so much better than having them just spawn in. The Detailed Armor Bars mod will now show you in your armor bar how effective your armor is and what armor you have on. The style of your armor you wear will appear in the armor section, now making it easier to identify what gear you have on. It even shows if you are wearing an elytra or not. And if you enhance your armor, some enhancements will also show up in the armor bar, which looks cool, and they even get a little animation. Yes, you are probably wondering how I did that. Camera Utils is one of the most customizable camera mods. You can detach the camera and run away for a dramatic effect. And it has no limits, so you can keep running until you die. The zoom function is on a scroll wheel, so you can choose how far you want to zoom. Yes, the sun. I did not need retinas anyway. And even the zoom animations look great. Hello, polar bear! You can even go backwards into the zoom, putting it into the negatives for a bigger field of view, which means you can do silly camera movements like this. Third person has a customizable camera so you can sit it any way you like. And there is even 2 presets, so if you find a position you like, you can easily toggle out of it, or toggle between the presets with ease. You can even make some cool camera angles with this mod. And I love how customizable it is. And yes, you can even make a feet cam. Just look at the wicked view of the sunset you can have with this mod. Just a warning, this mod may cause motion sickness, so feel free to skip to the next mod if you don't do well with motion sickness. Do a barrel roll gives a huge overhaul to the elytra movement, so now you can fly around like you're in a fighter jet. There is no limits, and movements are now controlled with your mouse and can fly gracefully around your world. You can do loop-de-loops with epic superhero landings, or just loops around in the air. You can also do barrel rolls, which after a few can make you dizzy, but you'll feel like a boss. And once you become the Michael Jordan of elytra flying, you can fly upside down and have the ground become the sky and the sky become the ground. These new movements will take some practice to get used to, but you will have way too much fun using this mod and find it hard to uninstall. This is probably my favourite mod I've installed, and it's even client-side, so you can use it on servers, but there is a chance you may not run as smooth, and some anti-cheat systems on servers may think you are cheating. Zooming out, we have better third person, improving your third person view by giving you full control over model and camera movements. Now you can run away any direction you want without the camera moving certain ways, and you can even move the camera around while you're running for a better view when exploring or being chased by mobs. And the overall gameplay with this mod feels a lot better. Let's flex on your mates with YDM's Weapons Master. This mod plants the weapons on your armor for you to show off, and this looks and makes getting powerful weapons like netherite and diamond hose a lot more rewarding. This also works for bows as well, so be proud and show off your hard work getting those enchanted items. When downloading this mod, make sure you get the client-side mod, as there's also a server-side mod on their page as well. I'm showing off the client-side mod, and I believe the server-side makes it so everyone on the server will be able to do this. So it needs to be installed on the server by the server owner. Essential is the perfect mod to use when you want to play with your mates. With Essential, you can host and create your own multiplayer servers to invite your friends to play on. And it's as easy as simply hosting a new world, inviting your friends, and pick a world you have already created, which I believe can be modded or a vanilla world. You can customize the world to suit your personal preference so anyone can have a good time. The best part is there is also a heap of new emotes and cosmetics you can get. Some are free and some are paid for, but well worth the money if you use this regularly with your friends. Some of the effort gone into the cosmetics is insane and can be a real flex on your server. Just look at how the free cosmetics turn me into Harry Potter and go in well with your current skin. The animation on the emotes are super well done and very clean, and there are some great funny looking emotes in here too. So now you can slaughter your friends and hit them with a dab to pay respects. Or when you see your buddy, you can wave your arm and dislocate it. There are also traversal emotes, like the running emote, and crikey does it look good. Just look at how well it works when moving around your world. It is silky smooth, and it also turns you into a god when you go into creative mode and start flying. These next few mods are performance enhancing mods, and is recommended for FPS fast enough to take you through the Speed Force. Each mod will have different effects depending on your PC, so my results may be different than yours. Fabuosly Optimised is a mod pack containing over 50 mods to make Minecraft run a lot smoother for a better overall feel. This mod aims to improve the looks of the game and also add FPS for a smoother performance, and it does just that. I've seen results of over 100 FPS while running at 32 chunks render distance, and up to 200 FPS while running 15 chunks render distance, all of which while shaders are being used. All the mods in this pack are client-side, so you can use all of them on your favourite servers with no issue at all. Now, when having XP farms or just murdering too many hostile mobs, the XP they drop can make your game quite laggy. And the XP vomit building up at the bottom of your screen isn't a very good sight to look at. But if we install Clumps, it reduces a pile of XP into smaller clumps, making it easy to pick up. Also making your player collect the orbs immediately so they don't sit in your face, unless you're into that sort of stuff, while also not affecting your frame rate at all. Just look at how well the frames are holding now. Now the secret you've all been waiting for. The Tom Brady of Minecraft mods, Nvidium. Nvidium is an Nvidia GPU performance mod that aims to increase FPS, and boy does it do a good job. Now it might do a great job with increasing FPS, it also has a secret feature that only the CIA has access to before this. In the settings, you can turn your render distance into maximum overdrive. You can set an extra render distance up to 256, giving you the vision of a god with the FPS of the Hulk. I mean, how mental is it having a render distance of over 256 and seeing your frame rate over 1000 FPS? The extra render distance chunks have to be loaded in for them to be visible, which also makes it easier for exploring new parts of your world, and makes it perfect for when you join your favourite Minecraft server, Thrillcraft. Just take a look at these breathtaking views at the spawn area in Thrillcraft. And to join my server Thrillcraft, you can find the link down below. 1000 FPS was not a constant, but with the help of pre-chunk generator, we can get a consistency of over 500 to 1000 FPS depending on what is loaded in your world. This mod is only compatible with your GPU if it supports mesh shaders, and this mod will only work without shaders. Once shaders are activated, the render distance will go back to normal.